Hey guys, welcome back to iiKnows. I'm sorry that we didn't get to upload last week. We both were out of town. It's week 13, and we're gonna start off with the first game.
All right, so the first game we got the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. Go ahead with your opinion.
That game's on tonight, actually. Cowboys, they've been rolling the past few weeks, and it's gonna be pretty exciting to watch tonight.
Yeah, well, the Cowboys are definitely one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now, but of course the Saints are the hottest team in the NFL. So it's, despite what the record says, it's two big, really good teams clashing tonight
Yeah.
on prime time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be excited to see how the Cowboys manage to get Zeke the ball, and that's probably gonna be the key to this game is getting Zeke the ball in bunches for the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's the top run defense versus top running offense. So
Yeah,
something's got to
something's gonna give. I expect the Saints to get the ball into Drew Brees' hands and just let him do his thing like he has been all year. And with that, they're gonna get Alvin Kamara involved because I don't think that the Cowboys linebackers are gonna be able to handle Kamara in the back.
Two really good teams clashing tonight, and I think I'll take the Saints to keep the ball moving. They're two, like I said, really great teams. I think it'll be a close one.
I don't really think the Cowboys are gonna do anything this year. I think they're just getting lucky right now. I think Saints are gonna come out and win 29-28.
I'll take the Saints 35-31. All right, so next up we have the Baltimore Ravens at the Atlanta Falcons, and Lamar Jackson is starter again this week.
It's gonna be exciting to see him back in action. He's been playing well, but despite him getting these 2 wins in a row, they haven't been giving him the ball in his hands that often. That's it's been a key. Say the Ravens are managing pretty well and doing what they need to make sure that they continue to get these wins.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson, he's been playing really good in limited role. For the Falcons defense, with all the injuries they have, I don't think they have anyone to make sure they can contain him because he's not really going to kill you with his arm yet.
Yeah.
But you have to have someone devoted to stopping him from running on you. And I don't think the Falcons have anyone that can do that right now.
Yeah, plus the Ravens are still in that playoff hunt. They're trying to find a way in. I think they need to come out with some energy to be able to win this game. And I don't really expect the Falcons to be playing for the playoffs right now, considering how good the NFC is right now. And I think the Falcons personally should just go and tank the rest of the season, try and get a high draft pick because they're going to get everybody back next year and it's going to be like they just traded out in the first round for nothing.
Falcons, watch the injuries this year. It's kind of a wasted year for them.
Yeah.
While the Ravens, like you said, they're still fighting. They're still in the playoff hunt. And I think the Ravens are going to come out with some energy where the Falcons, it could, but probably not. And I think the Ravens will win by about 2 scores.
Now I think the Falcons can win this game, but I'm not going to pick them. I'm going to pick the Ravens to win 24-17.
Great. All right, so we've got the Chicago Bears at New York to face the Giants.
Yeah, Chase Daniel's getting the start this week. They're going to rest Mitch. I don't blame them because the Giants haven't. I mean, they got that win a few weeks ago against the Niners, but last week that was a heartbreaking loss.
Yeah.
And you always play tougher against your rivals. So it's hard for me to really believe that the Giants are going to come out and try to win this game. Like,
Yeah.
They're playing for the draft right now. And they're going to need to get a quarterback. And right now, Justin Herbert's probably going to be the first quarterback taken off.
Well,
him or Haskins.
Yeah, if either of them declare.
Well, they're the top 2 prospects to Mel Kiper right now. But
Yeah. Herbert said he's probably not going to declare.
that's might not be the best decision for him.
Yeah.
But whoever the Giants go out and get, they need to get a quarterback. And if they really want to get the quarterback that they want, they're going to have to lose this game. Shermer knows that. And Shermer needs the quarterback that he needs.
Yeah. Herbert would be a perfect fit for that offense.
Yeah.
But to the game, like you said, the Giants, they took a heartbreaking loss last year that pretty much killed any playoff hopes anyone had.
And last week.
Yeah.
Except last year.
Oh, last week, my bad.
But yeah, they lost the heartbreaker to the Eagles last year as well.
So, last week, I killed any playoff hopes any New York Giant fan, any New York Giant player, or any New York Giant staff member had of the playoffs, and I expect some more turmoil inside that locker room and them to not care. I don't think the Bears really care about this week. They basically have playoffs in the bag, just protecting their starting quarterback right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they benched, well, they didn't bench him, but they're resting Mitch Trubisky, that kind of says that they're not really worried about the Giants.
See, there's a twist to that though. The Giants could come out and try to win this game because they think that the Bears think that they're a bunch of pushovers.
Well, I mean, they kind of are, but
They've been playing well, so
they have the ability to play well.
I think the Giants are gonna have a chance, but what's ultimately gonna be their demise is that offensive line against Khalil Mack, Eddie Goldman, Akeem Hicks, etc.
Yeah, I expect the Bears front seven and the Bears defense in general to absolutely bully Eli Manning all day.
Yeah, he's gonna get harassed.
Yeah.
He's gonna be fearing for his life. His eyes are gonna be.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be pretty. And I think the Bears are going to win 35-7.
Yeah, be on the watch for Eli Manning's career to end this week.
Yeah. Chase Daniels throwing 4 touchdowns, 0 picks.
Yeah,
Bears a monster.
The Bears are going to win. I don't think they're going to score that many points, though. I think they're going to score 21. And Giants, I think, will get 10.
All right, so next up, we've got the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, facing off at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting game, to say the least, because you never know what you're going to get out of James Winston.
Yeah.
Some weeks he's lightning in a bottle. Some weeks he's turnovers. And the Panthers, they've been inconsistent as well this year. They've had some big losses to the Steelers. Last week they lost a heartbreaker to the Seahawks. That was a much needed win, which would have kept them in the 5th wild card spot, but they didn't get their job done last week.
Right.
And that was to be expected because the Seahawks were kind of hot. But anyways, Cam Newton's been playing well.
It was in Seattle too, right?
No, it was in Carolina.
Oh, okay.
It was Cam Newton doing Cam Newton things, running the ball, throwing the ball, typical things.
Yeah.
McCaffrey's been their most consistent weapon, I'd say.
Yeah.
Along with the emergence of DJ Moore, which was to be expected eventually, but nobody thought it'd be this soon. And the Bucs defense is just terrible. It's terrible. It's probably the worst defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
They've got nobody on that defense. They can't really do anything. They can't stop a damn nosebleed. You can't really expect much out of them. And Carolina, to me, I think they're going to roll right over them. And they're going to get the job done and advance to next week with a W.
Yeah. Panthers, I think this is a much-needed win. And for them, they can probably go out with every player on 50% and still win by 5 touchdowns.
I don't know.
Maybe not 5, but they can go out on 50% and still get the win. Dirk Cutter, he's coached himself out of a job this year. He's kind of botched the quarterback situation multiple times.
Yeah.
There's no confidence on the offensive side. Like you said, defense is absolutely and totally terrible.
It's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, and the Panthers, they need the win, and their offense is very capable of putting up big points, and their defense is still one of the most solid defenses in the league. So I expect the Panthers to go out and take care of the Bucs and keep them moving. They'll probably get in the playoffs. I expect them to win 28-3.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be 35-28.
35-28.
Yeah,
Just expect the Buccaneers to score
just because
28.
their offense is pretty good. They got Mike Evans, they got Jackson.
Yeah.
They both are really good, and
They also have Jameis Winston.
like I said, you never know what you're gonna get out of it.
Exactly.
But yeah, the Panthers, they're gonna walk away with this W, and they're gonna win 35-28. Like I
Next
said.
up, we've got the Cleveland Browns headed to Houston to face off against the Texans.
Yeah, Cleveland's been hot, man. They've been rolling, and so have the Texans. They rattled off 8 in a row, and I don't really see Houston stopping because they've really found their groove. Oh my god, you're gonna have to cut that.
All right.
The Texans, they've really found their groove, and it's been attributed to really Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's really taken over this team, and he's really had like a firm grasp on knowing when to get rid of the ball, who to get the ball out to, when it's okay to run, and when it's not to. And his turnovers have been down, which has been what he's needed since he's young.
Yeah.
And they've been giving him his
Reps.
yes, his repetition.
Yeah.
They've been letting him throw the ball more than what he did last year, to say the least. And that's been big. It's been huge. And the defense has also been playing really well, which you can say is a top 10 defense.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson looks very comfortable in this offense right now, and I give all the credit in the world to Bill O'Brien for kind of simplifying the offense, not making it worse, but simplifying the offense so that he can maximize Deshaun Watson's ability, because we saw in college and so far in the pros that he has the ability to be an elite quarterback, and this is a showdown of two of the best young quarterbacks in the league right now.
Yeah. But the thing is with Baker doesn't have to throw the ball as much.
Yeah.
Baker's been limited to 20, 25 throws with a ton of runs. I attribute Cleveland's success this year to Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's been running the ball really well.
Yeah,
and
he's a really good back.
He's been finding the end zone a lot more than whoever was last there, Isaiah Corral. He's a huge improvement over him, and that defense, Denzel Ward's really been making a big impact in that secondary. And Myles Garrett's been Myles Garrett. He's done what he's supposed to do after being a #1 pick. And this game's going to be a close game in my opinion, but the Texans really need this win. They need to keep the division on lock, and I think the Texans are going to come away with a win here, and they're going to win 35-27.
Yeah, I think the Texans might be Super Bowl contenders right now with the way they've been playing. And J.J. Watt, he looks like he's back in his prime. Really,
Yeah.
Everyone started counting him out. He's had his best season since his Defensive Player of the Year.
It's been because of the injuries.
Yeah, but like you said about Nick Chubb, that's also my key for this week, because, like you said, he's been part of the big reason that they've been winning games, and I don't see him doing a lot against that front seven. But I do think Baker Mayfield might be able to make some plays against the back end, so it could be a good one. But I do think the Texans will take the dub, make it 9 straight. All right, so we got the Rams at the Detroit Lions, and the Lions, they're not good.
Yeah, to say the least. But it's been attributed to everybody on that team. Stafford, he's been having to throw the ball too much. They haven't. Kerryon Johnson's been playing well whenever they've actually given him the ball, but something with the coaching staff and their offensive coordinator, Jim Bob Cooter, they're not doing what they need to do with running the ball. Because whenever you get Kerryon in space, he can make moves, and he's shifty enough to get you those tough yards instead of having to rely on Stafford to throw the ball 40 times a game. It's not. They can't do that anymore. Stafford's getting up there, and they need to be able to run the ball. But against this front on the Rams, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. I don't expect their game plan to change up at all against the Rams because of the defensive line that the Rams have.
Yeah.
But on the Lions' standpoint, with them not running the ball, everyone praised Jim Bob Cooter at the beginning of his tenure for being a offensive, innovative mind. But really, he just likes to push the ball downfield. He doesn't like to do anything short. He doesn't like to get the ball to the running backs.
Yeah.
He doesn't really like any of that, and I think that's the ultimate downfall of the Lions this year so far, is that they're pretty one-dimensional on the offense, even though they have the ability to be a very balanced offense. And the Rams, they've been clicking all year. Sean McVay's one of, if not the best, play caller in the NFL, and they have Wade Phillips, who has that defense playing pretty well.
Yeah, and Wade Phillips, that goes all the way back to the Cowboys whenever he was their coach, and he always had a good defense then.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't really do anything then, but that's
he was the defensive coordinator when the Broncos won the Super Bowl too, so you
Yeah.
know he's capable of leading a Super Bowl defense.
Yeah, but with the Rams and Goff, I expect Goff to be able to go to the other side of wherever Slay is all game. Also with Gurley, Gurley's been conceivably an MVP-like
Unstoppable.
person this year. With that being said, I can't pick the Lions. I have to pick the Rams to win 28-17.
Yeah, I think the Lions would be able to get some points just because it's Matthew Stafford. He always puts up something, but I don't expect it to be close. I think it's going to be a 34-14 win. We've got the Buffalo Bills headed to Miami to face up against the Dolphins.
Dolphins are coming off a tough loss last week against the Colts. That game-winning field goal by Vinatieri. Dolphins they've been exceeding expectations, in my opinion, this year. Considering I wasn't really expecting them to do anything. I was expecting them to get like a top 5 pick in the draft. They rattled out some wins, and they've been looking all right.
Yeah. I expected the same thing from the Dolphins. I expected them to be pretty bad. Expected Adam Gase to be replaced as head coach at the end of the year, and they've been able to make some things happen this year. Definitely exceeded expectations. I believe Ryan Tannehill's back, correct?
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, is Josh Allen back for the Bills? All right. So both teams have their starting quarterbacks. Sean McDermott, he's probably on the hot seat.
He should be.
Yeah, he has some good qualities for a coach, but he doesn't have it all there.
Yeah, he's more of a coordinator.
Yeah. But so Dolphins, like you said, they're better than expected. Bills, they're also a little better than expected, but still the Bills, they're still not good. So I'll take the Dolphins to win 28-10.
Now, the thing is, Josh Allen, he's a dog. He's a dog. You can say whatever you want. Whenever he's in the game, he gives the Bills the best chance to win games, and
he makes plays for them.
He's their offense. Their offense is running through Josh Allen right now, and Josh Allen cannot be stopped, in my opinion. I think the Bills are going to come away with this win, and they're going to win this game 31-20.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the Indianapolis Colts headed to Jacksonville to face off against the Jaguars.
It's going to be a big divisional matchup this week. They're both fighting to get that playoff spot. Jags have been slipping away at that chance, though.
Yeah.
And if they don't pull anything together this week with Cody Kessler, they're probably going to be drafting a quarterback as well.
Yeah, they need to.
Yeah, they have to.
The only quarterback who's been worse in the past 2 years than Blake Bortles on Pro Football Focus is Cody Kessler, and that's their starting quarterback this week, going up against Andrew Luck, who's starting to show that top 5 quarterback again.
Yeah, whenever Andrew Luck has that protection, man, he is something special. Yeah, he is something special.
Yeah,
and that can be attributed to finding success with Eric Ebron, who's been a bust his entire career, but now he's showed out recently, and he has like 9 touchdowns, and it's like one more than he's ever had with the Lions in his entire time.
Yeah.
And that's going to be big in this game, because if Luck can get that protection still against that Jags D and find Ebron in the end zone like he has been, I don't see any of that changing.
Yeah. The Jaguars offense, I don't expect them to be able to do much. The Colts defense is low-key a very solid defensive group right now. And I think the Colts can be a long-time contender in the AFC in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
And, Andrew Luck, he's really good. Jaguars, while they're a little dysfunctional on defense, they're still one of the most talented defenses in the league.
Yeah.
So I expect them to be able to hold him under 28. But I do think the Colts will get the W, 24-7. And that's just because of Carlos Hyde.
I really want to pick the Colts in this game, but I'm kind of a little behind in our rankings with you.
Well,
So I'm going to have to go and pick the Jags, even though I don't really think they're going to get this W. I think they're going to win 21-18.
I'm taking the high-risk, high-reward road.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we have the Baltimore Ravens at the Atlanta Falcons. And Lamar Jackson is the starter again this week.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be exciting to see him back in action. He's been playing well, but despite him getting these 2 wins in a row, they haven't been giving him the ball in his hands that often. That's it's been a key. I'd say the Ravens are managing pretty well and doing what they need to make sure that they continue to get these wins.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson, he's been playing really good in limited role. For the Falcons defense, with all the injuries they have, I don't think they have anyone to make sure they can contain him, because he's not really going to kill you with his arm yet.
Yeah.
But you have to have someone devoted to stopping him from running on you. And I don't think the Falcons have anyone that can do that right now.
Yeah, plus the Ravens are still in that playoff hunt. They're trying to find a way in. I think they need to come out with some energy to be able to win this game. And I don't really expect the Falcons to be playing for the playoffs right now, considering how good the NFC is right now. And I think the Falcons personally should just go and tank the rest of the season, try and get a high draft pick, because they're going to get everybody back next year, and it's going to be like they just traded out in the first round for nothing.
Falcons, watch the injuries this year. It's kind of a wasted year for them.
Yeah.
While the Ravens, like you said, they're still fighting. They're still in the playoff hunt. And I think the Ravens are going to come out with some energy, where the Falcons, they could, but probably not. And I think the Ravens will win by about 2 scores.
Now, I think the Falcons can win this game, but I'm not going to pick them. I'm going to pick the Ravens to win 24-17.
Great. All right, so we've got the Arizona Cardinals heading to Green Bay to face the Packers.
All right. Packers last week, they gave it their best shot, to say the least.
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers is not looking like himself anymore. He's starting to look washed, and that's not very Aaron Rodgers-like-esque, and some of that can be attributed to Mike McCarthy and other players,
Potentially.
and everybody else. But it's time that people start realizing that you can't just blame everybody else. Aaron Rodgers is the only consistent between everybody there, and he needs to start taking some blame.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad, man. It's bad, and if they don't get it together, they could lose this game.
Yeah, Packers and the Cardinals, I say they're about the same on talent level, personally. Now, like you said, Aaron Rodgers is slowing down, but he's still better than Josh Rosen. He's still a top 10 quarterback in the league for right now. And I think the Packers will be able to just will win.
Yeah.
They're just going to will a win with what Aaron Rodgers said last week. You know, you had the relax thing a few years ago, and now he's saying, just got to win out. So I expect him to be able to at least win this game.
Yeah, the Packers should win this game, but can you really expect them to win this game, considering that Aaron Rodgers couldn't even really throw for barely over 200 against the Vikings, and Xavier Rose, who's not been up to his strengths and everything.
Well, I expect him to win the game, but I would not be surprised to see the Cardinals win the game.
The thing is, for the Cardinals to win this game, they need to attack that young secondary.
Yeah.
That secondary is brutal. It's been battling injuries, and they're so young.
Yeah, they need to get David Johnson involved with the receiving game a little bit more. He'll be able to make some things happen against this Packers defense.
Now, I feel like if the Cardinals can really keep Rosen comfortable, they're going to win this game. And I really think that they can do that, since Mike Daniels wasn't playing last week.
Yeah.
Packers may be high up in the league in sacks right now, but I'm expecting the Cardinals to come away with this win. Despite what Aaron Rodgers has said, I think the Cardinals are going to win 21-20.
Yeah, I think the Packers will be able to get some pass rush on that Cardinals offensive line. They're not very great. And Josh Rosen, he seems to be able to handle pressure pretty well, but he's still a rookie quarterback and still prone to mistakes. Yeah. So I think the Packers will be able to get a turnover or two and give Aaron Rodgers a shot, and he'll be able to win the game for him. Will out a win. So we've got the New York Jets traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans, and key is Sam Darnold right now is 50-50, limited in practice today and yesterday.
Now, the thing is with the Jets, their offense has been limited, and you could say it's because of the playmakers and the coaching. Because, let's be honest, Todd Bowles, I don't really think he knows his offense like that. He's a defensive coordinator and head coaching position, just like Mike Vrabel, which may be a battle of two strengths. Could be that ferocious Jets defense with Leonard Williams against the
Jamal Adams,
against Malcolm Butler and
Logan Ryan
and Kevin Byard. But aside from that, I think Marcus Mariota, he's been all right. I don't think he's not the guy that he was drafted to be.
No.
And that's going to be the problem with the Tennessee Titans in the future and this game. He has to make the simple throws, and he's got to be able to, and he just makes nice reads. That's all he can really do anymore. And if they were playing any contender, right now, I'd expect them to lose, but they're playing the Jets, and the Jets' offense isn't really anything special, and neither is their defense. So I really think the Titans are going to be able to succeed with running the read and the inside zone on that front seven, and they're going to be able to win 27-20.
Yeah, what we said about the Jets' playmakers on defense, Leonard Williams, Jamal Adams, but the problem is that's all they have on defense. And on offense, they're starting running backs, Isaiah Crowell, you were just talking about. The difference between him and Nick Chubb for the Browns has been huge. He's not a great running back. He's a goal line back, really. That's about all he can do. Get you a 3-yard inside run. The Jets' best receivers, Robbie Anderson. He
just takes the top off.
Yeah, he was like a 6th-round pick, fast guy. That's about it. They don't really have anything going for them, and I think their lack of success is as much on the GM as it is on Todd Bowles, because with what Todd Bowles has had, he's done pretty good with, in my opinion. On the offense, it's a little basic. Got to get someone in there to help him. But as you were saying, Marcus Mariota, he's fine. He's not going to win you games. He's not going to lose you games. He's Alex Smith. That's what it is.
He's a more bold version of Alex Smith.
He's a little faster.
Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah. And Derrick Henry has been playing up to par. Corey Davis, he's your only real threat for throwing the ball with Mariota. And he's probably a top-end number 2. He's not a number 1.
Yeah, for sure.
And defense, they're just kind of a mediocre team all around, but in this game, mediocre is better than bad. So I'll take the Titans to win 21-14. All right, so next up we've got the Kansas City Chiefs headed to Oakland to face against the Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders. There's not much to talk about with the Raiders. Their offense is trash. Their defense is a dumpster fire, and you got John Gruden, who's just he's just building for the future.
He's outdated.
He just wants to be there for the long term. He's not focused about right now. He's just trying to get all these picks to develop and have them succeed whenever they get to Vegas. But Kansas City, they're in win now mode. They got to win this game because right now they're
fighting
back
for first place.
Yeah, they're trying to get home field advantage for the playoffs, and that's going to be a big key factor when it comes to January and December. Yeah, because I don't really think anybody's going to really want to go down to Kansas City in that loud stadium and play, especially the Patriots have owned in the playoffs.
Yeah, and they've lost in Arrowhead to the Chiefs before.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be it's a bigger game for the Chiefs than what most people expect, because this game could really solidify a lot of things, and it's going to give them a big division win, which they're going to be battling with the Chargers for, because if they come down to that split, it's going to come down to those division wins, and so this game's a really big game, but I don't really think the Raiders are really going to be playing for anything, just pride.
Yeah, the only piece the Raiders have moving forward is Derek Carr, pretty much. He's had a bad year, but I still have faith. He's a good, solid quarterback. John Gruden, he's a good offensive mind, but he's a little outdated right now. He's got to pick it up in applying new things to his offense.
Yeah.
He looks like he's still running that 2000s Buccaneers team. But the Raiders, they're just planning for the future. I think they might even try to lose this game. I don't know. And the Chiefs, they're rolling. They need the win. It's going to be a big win for them. And I expect them to kind of rout the Raiders.
Yeah, I expect it to be 44-10.
I was going to say 35-7.
All right,
so we've got the San Francisco 49ers headed to Seattle, play the Seahawks.
Yeah, Richard Sherman returns back to Seattle. It's going to be a big storyline for him, but that's pretty much it. It's going to showcase Nick Mullins in the spotlight again. But considering how he's been playing well. He hasn't had to make many hard throws. And Seattle's defense had Pete Carroll. A lot of the credit needs to be given to him.
Mm-hmm.
He was expected to have a horrible season, be at the bottom of the league.
Yeah.
He's really turned the Seahawks team around, especially with losing most of his defensive keys.
Yeah, Pete Carroll always does best when everyone counts him out.
Yeah.
And like you said, Richard Sherman, he's coming back. I expect the Seahawks to go at him at first, try to make a statement. But I think he'll get a pick, and then they'll start going the other way. And Seahawks really need this win.
Yeah, they need to stay in the fight, and that's what they're going to be playing for.
Yeah, if there's also potential for them to start getting some things going on Sherman because they know how he plays, they know how he thinks, so might be able to go at his weaknesses a little bit. I don't know, that could be a big key for the Seahawks, but nonetheless, either way, whether Sherman shows up or not, I think the Seahawks are going to get this win. They need the win, they want to win, they want to go to the playoffs. So I expect Russell Wilson to take control of the offense a little bit more and get the dub.
I think if the Seahawks really want to win this game, they're going to keep doing what they've been doing with their identity, which is run the ball early and often, play action off of second and shorts, third and shorts, and that's going to be the key.
Yeah, Russell Wilson, he's an elite quarterback, but he's also an elite quarterback who needs some type of ability to get outside of the pocket, and the play action really helps that because of his height. I mean, it's kind of corny to say, but it's a factor.
Yeah, this game's going to come down to coaching.
Yeah.
In my opinion, after everything that I've said, I think it's actually going to come down to coaching, because Shanahan's been making the game really easy for Mullins, and Pete Carroll's just giving his team life.
Yeah.
So I think whoever comes away with whoever has a better game plan and coaches their team up this week is going to get the win. And I believe in Pete Carroll more than I believe in Kyle Shanahan, just based on the fact that Pete Carroll's been there.
Yeah.
And because the Seahawks need this win. So I think the Seahawks are going to win 28-24.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's got the experience. He knows Richard Sherman, and they need the win, and Pete Carroll's teams usually show up when they need a win. I'll take the Seahawks to go ahead and take the W 24. Right, so we've got your Minnesota Vikings traveling to New England, playing up in Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, man. Last week, the Vikings came out and they started really slow, but they really picked it up after the first two drives. That's going to be the key. If they can get their offense rolling like they did last week and not have idiotic play calls whenever it's third and inches and the Packers are stunning in the A-gaps and we decide to run the ball right at the middle, we need our offensive coordinator to actually be competent.
Yeah.
Like he was brought in to be. And Sendejo got put on an IR for the rest of the year. I don't really think that's a big issue for us because Anthony Harris and Jerome Curse, they've been playing really well. Rhodes might not play, but Rhodes hasn't been up to what he's been. And I have more faith in Holton Hill right now.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody, Tom Brady's going to probably come out. I don't know. Patriots, they're a question mark this year.
Yeah.
And it's tough because their defense shows up whenever they want to.
Yeah.
Their offense shows up when they want to. And it's really hard to really grasp who the Patriots are this year.
Yeah, they look a little worse. They look a little unknowing.
I don't think they have their identity.
Right. They don't really have an identity this year, but still the Patriots, you can never count them out.
Yeah. A lot of that can be attributed to getting Josh Gordon back. Well, getting him and having Gronk back healthy. That's probably Brady's most favorite target, and that's probably going to be the key to this game because I don't know who's going to be able to stop Gronk. And the Vikings, they've been having trouble covering tight ends this year with Barr. Barr's, he needs to be gone after this year because he's not that big of a factor anymore.
Right.
And with that being said, the offensive line on the Vikings is going to be the Vikings' key to this game because they're going to have to protect Kirk. If Kirk has to make throws while he's clean. If Kirk gets any pressure in his face, he closes his eyes and throws it up. And that's not what an NFL quarterback needs to be. An NFL quarterback needs to be able to stay in the pocket strong and deliver a good ball.
Yeah. Like you said, the Patriots, they're kind of identity-less right now, but I do think it's going to be a close, hard-fought game. I do expect Bill Belichick to dial up some blitzes to go after that Vikings offensive line. And I think Mike Zimmer will finally make the adjustment, go ahead and put Harrison Smith on Gronk. I think that might be a factor. I don't know if they'll be expecting that. But I do think he should make that change. So I was talking earlier, like I thought the Patriots were going to get an easy win, but I'll take the Vikings in this week. I think it'll be a close game. I going to be a hard-fought game, and I think the Vikings will be able to come out and get the win because they need it.
The Vikings definitely need this win. This game right here could really change their entire season, because if they lose this game, they're gonna have to come back and probably win out, and that's gonna be tough because they've got a pretty hard schedule, and it starts with this game.
Yeah.
And if Zimmer, to me, I think if Zimmer doesn't make playoffs this year, he needs to be out of here. He's a defensive-minded head coach in an offensive-based league anymore, and he hasn't been living up to his ways.
Yeah,
so, what are you gonna say?
The offense has really taken a tip for you guys, going from Shermer to DiFilippo. DiFilippo, he was great as a quarterback's coach, not so great as an offensive coordinator. Shermer, great as an offensive coordinator, not so great as a head coach. Maybe they just need to move back.
Yeah, I wish Shermer would have stayed, and can't dwell on the past anymore. But it's gonna be if Flip can call right plays and the line can block, then the Vikings get this win. But I don't see us getting this win. I think the Patriots are gonna come away with this win, 31-28.
Yeah, you guys need to counteract some blitzes. I think they're going to be coming after you, but I think the Vikings will find a way to get this win, and people might be talking about contenders again.
I think the Vikings get the ball to Diggs, Thielen, and Rudolph. That's the key.
Yeah, those Ferraris out there.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the Los Angeles Chargers headed to Pittsburgh to face off against the Steelers in the Sunday night game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big game. It's a big game because Chargers, they're trying to stay right in the pack with the Chiefs and get down to that last game that they play against each other and probably flip.
Mm-hmm.
So they've also been rolling, which is good for them. They have that loss to Broncos. I'm pretty sure they lose that game.
I think they split.
I think they lost to the Broncos a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Did they already face them twice? I thought they split.
They might have. I don't know. But the Steelers, man. The Steelers, they're not bad.
No.
I think the Steelers are going to win their division. It's not going to be that hard. They've played Bengals, Browns, Ravens. They're not that good. Anyways, I think that they know they have that division locked up, and that's going to keep. I don't think they really have to play for it.
They're not playing for much right now. And the Steelers, they're kind of a team that they thrive on energy. They thrive on emotion. That's always kind of been their identity with Big Ben and AB, and I expect that to kind of continue. And the Chargers, they're not really an emotional team, but they know when they need to get the wins, and they know that they need to do this for Phillip Rivers. He's been their quarterback forever now, 15 years, right?
Very good, solid, coming off that 25 streak completions. I wonder if he's going to keep it up this week, continue that streak, or 26, 27 plus.
Yeah,
but Melvin Gordon, he's out for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to really hurt him in the long run because Austin Eckler, sure, he's a good pass-catching and receiving back, but he's nothing like Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, I don't expect that to be a big factor this week because, like, the Steelers, they're a solid team, but they're not really a team that is going to shut down the run game no matter who it is. Like, you're going to be able to get some yards.
They're inconsistent.
Yeah.
And that's their problem.
Mm-hmm.
Teams that are inconsistent this year: Steelers, Panthers, Vikings. Who do you know any other teams?
Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys are very inconsistent. But yeah, that's gonna be a problem. If any one of those teams finds their groove this year and just wins out, they have potential to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And right now, with the Steelers playing the way that they've been playing, they're gonna need to get the ball into Antonio Brown's hands more, even though Juju's been really taking off like he did last week. And Big Ben's going to have to limit these turnovers.
Yeah. Kind of wonder if the whole Le'Veon Bell situation has had any effect on the Steelers' inconsistencies in the locker room. But, that's something that'll be answered years down the road.
Yeah.
But, I think the Chargers, they're going to come out. They want to win. They want to win for Phillip Rivers. They want to get that first-round bye. And the Steelers, like you said, they're not really playing for much. They have the division locked up. They can just cruise into the playoffs and do their thing once they get there. I think that's their mentality right now.
I think the Chargers have the best receiving room.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not the best duo or trio, but
altogether
best receiving room. And the thing that nobody talks about with the Chargers is their defensive line.
Yeah.
With Joey Boza, Melvin Ingram, and their rookie Derwin James.
Yeah, absolute dogs. Jatavis Brown,
He's a
Jatavis Brown and Denzel Perryman are very underrated linebackers.
yeah. They
They're
get
both
tackles.
really good.
They get lots of tackles.
Yeah, sideline to sideline, quick guys.
I think of this Chargers defense like the 2016 Vikings defense.
Yeah.
Or the 2015, one of those two.
Yeah.
But who do you think's gonna win this game?
All in all, I'm gonna take the Chargers to go ahead and take the W, 28-24.
Now, like I said earlier, I'm trying to get up with you. So, I'm gonna pick the Steelers. I think the Steelers are gonna win 31-28.
All right. So last game of the week, got the Washington Redskins traveling to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles.
I'll let you go first since it's your Skins.
All right. Well, Skids are an interesting team. We've had the defense has been kind of carrying us through the year, but they've been pretty bad the past few weeks. And of course, Alex Smith is out. Got Colt McCoy as the starting quarterback. Adrian Peterson, he's slowing down. We don't have any threats on the outside. And the Eagles, they know this. And they know that they're one of the teams that if they get hot, they're still a threat to people. And, well, at least they think so. That's all you need in the NFL, I guess.
They certainly have the talent.
Yeah. I think the Eagles, they need the win. The Redskins, I think the whole locker room's kind of down. I think they want to fight for the playoffs, but at the same time, in the back of their heads, they know they're not going to be able to do anything this year without their quarterback.
Yeah, they might have lost Alex Smith for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
But besides that, this game's, to me, it's going to come down to Colt McCoy. Because the Eagles secondary is injury riddled, and everybody knows this. So they're going to be trying to send pressure to Colt McCoy, make him make some errant throws. And that's really going to be the storyline of this game. It's a big playoff implication game.
Yeah.
It's a must-win for both teams because if the Eagles win this game, they're back in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
Redskins win this game, they're going to still be there with the Cowboys because they have to go down and play Dallas in Washington again, and that's what the Redskins are really playing for. And that defense, your defense has been well, and it's been lacking recently, and that can be attributed to probably the injuries.
Yeah. Well, ever since the Alex Smith injury, DJ Swearinger's been saying every week about how there's just no energy in practices, how the walkthroughs just look so sloppy, they just look bad. He's been publicly saying all these things about how bad this team's looking right now, and that gives me no faith. It gives me no faith at all.
It also, what also doesn't help is that AP wants to go out and talk about beating his kid with a switch again.
Yeah. And we just signed Reuben Foster. That probably doesn't help things with the locker room right now. Because, of course, all the Alabama guys, they're pretty much going to support him. And I don't know how many other people will besides them. But I expect us to force AP the rock. I don't know if he'll get that much production, but I think it could be a factor. Get Colt McCoy out on the play action, force the ball deep, give Josh Doctson some jump ball opportunities, see if Jamison Crowder can beat these injured-riddled secondary, and Trey Quinn can get some little open spots down in the middle. Jordan Reed might be a factor. Who knows?
Yeah. See, Carson Wentz has been playing well. Are coming off that big win that's really given that energy, just like it did last year.
Yeah.
That win against the Giants last year really propelled them into their ascension to championship.
Yeah.
So it's all going to really come down to the Eagles' defense against the Redskins' offense, in my opinion.
Yeah. So the Redskins' defense, like I said, they're not too great. I don't expect the Eagles to be able to run the ball very well at all, but they might be able to throw it on us a little bit. I hope DJ can make a couple plays. He's one of my favorite guys out there. He's a Pro Bowler this year.
Yeah.
He's going to be the key, because if you can get Carson Wentz to try to start forcing the ball like he will, he'll get frustrated. He'll start throwing stuff up. In DJ, he can make plays on the ball.
Yeah.
And with the receiving core we have, you never know who's going to be able to do anything. Chris Thompson's coming back this week. That could be a big factor. He's a great playmaker for us.
Yeah, it's going to become... The Eagles' talent is probably more superior than you guys, but right now, I want to pick the Redskins, because the Eagles have been playing really well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna pick the Redskins. I think the Redskins get their business done and keep their playoff hopes alive, and they're gonna come away with this win, 21-17.
Yeah, the Eagles, they have more talent, but the Redskins, they're a little more fundamentally sound. I think they're a little better coached, and I think it could be a close game, but it's either going to be a close win for the Redskins or a blowout win for the Eagles. I don't think there's any in between. We're either going to grind out a win, or the Eagles are just going to kill us. So I'm going to go ahead and say that we win 14-10. Carson Wentz is going to throw a couple picks, and that's going to be the key to the game.
All right. So after 3 weeks of picking, we've tallied up our results, and right now Trent's ahead by a game.
Yeah.
He's 21-18. I'm 20-19 over the past 3 weeks, and
we're about as mediocre as it gets.
So I'm gonna come back on you, Trent.
All right.
You better watch out. My teams are gonna get the win this week, and you better be prepared.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of iiKnows. Tune in again for another mediocre podcast.
Well, we're not the mediocre. We are not the mediocre at best podcast, like my man Realistic Randy from the Minnesota Vikings.
Right.